Hello all of you beautiful people, Jules here for WhatCulture.com, and it is no secret that Rockstar absolutely loves putting their own into their video games. Across all of the GTA and Red Dead games, there have been tons of special surprises waiting for fans to discover, so let's take a look at some unexpected ones that actually gave you the proper shivers in your spine. As I'm Jules, this is WhatCulture.com, and these are 10 unexpected times you found terrifying Easter eggs in Rockstar games. Number 10. The Ice Alien, GTA 5. When players were first dropped into the opening mission of GTA 5, there probably wasn't a single person who thought that the level was actually hiding a hidden alien for players to stumble upon. With a tense bank heist and 2 main character introductions going on, players were understandably busy having the time of their lives driving away from the cops. But if somebody did, for example, happen to slow down and drive to this spot near the road where Michael and Trevor are supposed to be making their getaway and look into the ice, then they will see a grey alien glowering back at them. Aliens, surprisingly, aren't uncommon in GTA or even in other Rockstar titles for that matter, as they make up a big portion of Easter eggs and mysteries goings-on that Scooby-Doo would like a word with inside Rockstar games, especially GTA 5. And while finding this Easter egg will result in a mission failed appearing on the screen, it is super easy to find for any new player. Number 9. The Mass Grave, GTA San Andreas. If players find themselves near San Andreas' Area 69, which is an obvious parody of Area 51, they might stumble across a hole containing several body bags and a pickup truck nearby, indicating that somebody has been murdering people and driving them around the back of the base to dump them here, but was interrupted or just simply got bored and left before covering the hole. This is one of the many San Andreas mysteries that fans have been struggling to figure out, as the reason for this mass grave still remains unknown, and worse still, there is no clue as to who or what could have killed these people and driven them to this random site near a military base to bury them. While a grave site in a Rockstar game is not at all that surprising of a discovery in comparison to, let's say, Bigfoot or aliens, the real horror comes from knowing that there are quite a few suspects in the game that fans believe could be responsible for this crime. It could be the creepy Mr. Trenchcoat, the radio host Mary Beth Mabel, or even just the government officials working inside Area 69. It is, after all, meant to be a secret. Nevertheless, a mass grave site is still a truly dark discovery for people to find, even for GTA. Number 8. The Witch's Hut, Red Dead Redemption 2. The Wild West was an interesting time for the United States, to say the least. It went from being a lawless wasteland to something that we know today. And of course, during that period of unrest and fighting against the imposition of government officials, of course there were going to be a strange few things occurring. So say hello to Red Dead Redemption 2. One of the most mysterious things that Arthur Morgan can discover inside this game's gorgeous open world is stumbling upon an unassuming shack that has collapsed slightly in the middle of the woods. While there's not much left of the outside of this home, the inside is stuffed full of strange things that can only be assumed to be part of some witch's ritual. One of the main reasons that people think that it's a witch's home is the giant black cauldron in the middle of the rundown hut that is boiling some sort of strange liquid that Arthur can actually drink. The liquid thankfully doesn't turn anyone into a frog or anything like that, it just makes Arthur Morgan pass out and move a few feet away from the hut feeling fine. While the liquid means nothing, there is still the fact that some sort of witch or warlock or even a whole cult brewed this for some unknown purpose, and that's creepy. Number 7. Cement shoes for everyone, GTA Vice City. So water is a common enemy for Rockstar characters. Aside from CJ and Arthur Morgan, many of the mass-murdering psychopaths that players can control have a fatal allergy to water or simply just don't know how to swim. But at a few locations along Vice City's glamorous beaches, players can find several unfortunate souls who are forced to go into the deadly waters by the local mafia or by gangs. Indeed, there are several people that can be found in Vice City's waters who have had their feet covered in cement and dumped into the ocean to drown, for whatever reason the mob felt that they deserved. And this is a real-life reference to Miami, which Vice City is based on, where body dumps like this were known to have happened to real-life people. It's still haunting to walk along the beaches and look into the ocean to suddenly see a corpse trapped forever under the calming and crystal blue waves. Number 6. The Crying Woman, Red Dead Redemption 2. The Red Dead Redemption series brought with it a whole new way its players could discover side quests in the form of random encounters and stranger missions. Now, strangers are NPCs who generally give proper and very weird side quests, while random encounters are simply one-off moments occurring around the world that can happen at any time. One such event happens near the southern bayou of Red Dead Redemption 2's Saint Denis, as when the player is riding by it late at night, they may hear a woman crying. The game registers this as a random encounter, and the player can choose to go up to the crying lady to try and help her out or rob her, as they have probably done dozens of times before. But this lady isn't actually in need of rescue. In fact, the player is, because as soon as they get closer to her, she turns around to show her terrifying face, and suddenly the player is surrounded by armed men who come from the fog. These men are part of the aptly named Nightfolk gang, and while they usually only have melee weapons, they can kill the player in one hit. This encounter can be quite terrifying the first time you find it late at night, surrounded by fog, and this random event is a pretty rude awakening to reward players for simply trying to help somebody in need. Number 5. Bloody Shower, GTA Vice City. Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption all take direct influences from pop culture hits from across the ages. From spaghetti westerns to epic crime movies, the references to popular films in Rockstar games could make another list entirely. For GTA Vice City, the biggest visual influence for the themes of the game is the cult classic Scarface. The most obvious reference to Al Pacino's film can be seen in Tommy Vercetti's mansion, which is a near-carbon copy of Tony Montana's mansion in the film. But another reference to the crime empire building film can be found in an apartment near the South Ocean beach of Vice City, and this one references a more gory and shocking murder scene in Scarface. Inside the apartment, players can find a suitcase filled with 2 bags of cocaine and a chainsaw in the bathroom, as well as gallons of blood splattered inside the shower. Supposedly, this reference was originally going to be part of a mission where the player could see a cutscene referencing the classic Scarface scene. Yet, stumbling into this apartment without any context, where the bathroom is covered in blood and a nearby chainsaw is found, could definitely be a terrifying discovery for many. Number 4. Man Bear Pig, Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Dead Redemption 2 has a beautiful open world that is filled with horrifying secrets, including several homes that hold, things that you wish you hadn't seen. And one such house has a, on paper, hilarious reference to the popular cartoon show South Park, but in reality is just disturbing. If the player finds an abandoned house near the Van Horn trading post and is able to get to the second floor window, they can enter this building and find a strange room filled with all sorts of creepy scientific tools. But the main attraction of this house is the giant monster tied to a window. A horrific creation where somebody has stitched together a wide assortment of animals and is likely, namely a bear, a pig, and what appears to be a man. Hence, Man Bear Pig from South Park. Even if it wasn't meant to be a reference to the controversial TV show, this discovery is an absolutely horrifying find by itself and indicates that there's somebody out there mixing animals together into atrocities that are not meant to see the light of day. Number 3. The Beating Heart of Liberty City, GTA 4. Liberty City in GTA 4 is an obvious copy of the real-world city New York, and even comes complete with its own version of the Statue of Liberty. However, we can only hope that the real Statue of Liberty does not have the same insides as the one in Liberty City. If you can find your way inside this statue, you will be greeted by a message that says, "No hidden content this way." Well, of course, we're going to press on because we know that not to be true, right? And if we go up this massive ladder, you'll be rewarded with something that probably will make you wish you had turned the other way, because inside you will find a beating heart all chained up inside the statue. It's pretty grim, and you can even shoot it and it bleeds. Nice. Number 2. The Stranger's House, Red Dead Redemption 2. In the original Red Dead Redemption, protagonist John Marston would occasionally run into side quests given by a man known only as the Strange Man. This man would be depicted all in black with an iconic top hat and handlebar mustache, who gave cryptic missions to Marston and also somehow knew a lot about his past and was even impervious to bullets. Fans have spent years speculating as to who this man could be, but whether he's meant to be a representation of Satan, death, or just a ghost, or even an alien, fans could not seem to figure this stranger out. And in Red Dead Redemption 2, fans could find more relating to this mysterious man inside what might be his home. Inside a random cabin way out in the bayou of Lemoyne, players could find a considerable reference to this character. His cabin is full of cryptic messages about cholera outbreaks and Herbert Moon, who's a general store owner in the Red Dead series. Now, this Easter egg is one that actually takes a lot of time to unfold and also requires the player to have finished the game and unlocked John Marston. If they do and return to the cabin, they will find a painting of the strange man that finishes itself over the span of a few days until it's complete, revealing that it is indeed the Strange Man, who actually appears himself in a nearby mirror right behind Marston, alluding to his death in the original game. Pretty terrifying, right? And number 1, The Ghost of Mount Gordo, GTA 5. So the mountains of Grand Theft Auto 5 hold many dark secrets, from strange cannibal groups to UFOs, but one of the creepiest is a ghost that can be found on Mount Gordo, the smallest of the 3 big mountains in GTA 5's massive open world. If the player takes any of the main characters to the peak of the mountain at around 11 PM till midnight, they can see the ghost of Jolene Cranley Evans, who was pushed from the mountain by her husband Jock Cranley so that he could leave Los Santos and become a stuntman. Jolene's ghost is a truly terrifying presence and best seen through the scope of her sniper rifle as she disappears whenever the player gets too close to her. Her mystery was among the first to be investigated by hardcore fans who found out about her husband, whose name can be seen scrawled in blood underneath her ghost. This Easter egg could definitely be seen as terrifying for anyone who just wanted to enjoy a late night hike up the mountain and discovered a ghost with a thirst for vengeance haunting their every step. And there we go, those were 10 unexpected times you found terrifying Easter eggs in Rockstar games. I hope that you enjoyed that, and please let me know what you thought about it down in the comments section below. As always, I've been Jules. You can go follow me at RetroJ over on Twitter. And remember, my friends, whatever it is you get up to today, take care of yourself, both mentally and physically. You're a big ledge and you deserve love, happiness, and success. Now go out there and absolutely smash it. As always, I've been Jules. You have been awesome. Never forget that. And I'll speak to you soon. Bye.